Here we are.
Here we are.
How's everybody doing? Jay, how was your day? How was your day today?
My day was good. I woke up and had some KFC Taco Bell.
And then you had some more KFC Taco Bell for dinner.
Oh yeah, I put at least half of that away to take home. Very late night snacking.
There you go.
I'm very excited to eat the rest of it later.
Did you work today?
I worked
late last night. You're a night worker, right?
Uh-huh. My usual schedule is to go to sleep a couple hours after I get home so I can get ready to be here.
There you go.
He has to rest so that he can deal with my bullshit, which I totally understand.
It's more like I only have the capacity to stay awake for about 10 hours at a time, so I'm not willing to tack another 10 hours on directly after that, you know?
You know, it was funny. I didn't have work today, so I was here most of the day. And then Chris came home, and I was laying on the couch, and I had my fucking Dre beats on. I had no idea he was home. Fucking just on my phone, he apparently said something behind me.
I was on the phone with Brianna. So I was like, hey, Kevin. Nothing. I'm like, Kevin! Nothing. I was like, Kevin, if you listen to me, I'll have your babies. Nothing. I'm like, alright, fuck you then.
I finally got up after a while. I came over here, and I saw all the candy he was putting in the bowls, and Tim said, Chris?
Thought he was being invaded.
I should have just left. Just put in the bowl and leave.
Chris, I think we're haunted by organized ghosts.
Oh no.
They're not you though. It couldn't be you. This ghost is actually neat and clean.
They're actually really helpful ghosts. They clean the place. This is actually awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be freaking hilarious.
Let's have that be a VHS episode.
Jason, you need a TV?
No, I don't, but thank you.
I keep trying to pawn it off on everybody that comes in the house and nobody needs it. I'm at the point where I'm willing to just give it away to somebody.
Unfortunately, not only do I have a TV, but I also have a spare of almost the same size. So I really don't even need it for an extra.
Alright. You don't want to just have doubles?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
That's just taking up space that's being occupied, and I'd have no idea what to do with it.
Okay.
I already have so much junk to get rid of that I can't afford to have anything else just taking up space.
Dude, we got rid of so much shit when we moved in here.
We did.
So much shit.
To the
dumpster.
I'm still in the middle of that exact thing, even though I moved in a while ago.
I felt bad because they emptied the dumpster and we pretty much refilled it the next day.
Hey, that's
just
what it's
more
for.
shit. I know, but there's also 6 other apartments here.
They didn't have any trash. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I think one of them was just we just folded up one of the old TV boxes and it was took half the the dumpster and we were just we won't throw anything away until next time.
I'm pretty sure we put 2 TV boxes in on top of each other.
Did.
That filled up so much.
Oh yeah.
But we got rid of everything we needed to. So
I want to get eventually buy a bunch of TVs where I'm sure you probably see it on Facebook where it's the guy has the 3 TVs and he stacks them vertically and then he makes one big panoramic
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to do that so badly.
About that.
But I definitely want a house to do that, not an apartment.
I remember I got this TV because it's the same exact model as Gage's. I remember seeing his first. And I always told him I was just going to steal his TV. And then when I got this, I was like, I'm still going to steal your TV. I'm just going to fucking jam it on top of that one with staples and screws, and somehow they work as one big and definitely not destroy them both. Oh my god.
If only technology was like that,
Oh yeah, just yeah.
Alright, it's done.
It's Terminator fucking robot shit that just connect to each other automatically.
Okay, I've got 2 TVs.
Alright.
But Legos.
Oh man. So is this the we're recording? Is this the episode?
Welcome to the Brahman Podcast.
Oh,
Brahman!
As you all heard, we again have a guest with us today, Chris.
Woo! We got Jason! Woo!
It's Jason!
There's Jason!
It's Jason!
It's Jason!
Welcome to the podcast, Jason.
Thank
Jason!
you. Press X.
Nice. Oh my god. Yo, quick thing.
Uh,
You see recently in New York when they had all those crazy ass floods going on?
yes.
Dude, I saw footage of that on TikTok. That shit was nuts. It literally looked like New York was just underwater.
Yeah. Which is gonna be our future in like 50 years, but
Yeah, but you know,
it's a taste of it.
I'll be long dead of a heart attack by then.
It'll still be New York, though. Every single year, they get the worst weather.
Yeah.
Anytime we're due to get like 6 feet of snow, it always goes directly to New York, and we end up with like 4 inches or something.
They basically take the brunt of it all.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Weather's just like, fuck New York.
Whenever New York is underwater, the New York rats will band together and become a pirate crew.
I don't know what New York did in a past life, but they really messed up.
Ooh, I think they did a lot. They're paying for it now.
What was it? There was it. I think it was one of the hurricanes in Florida last year. I was seeing a bunch of videos of like literally houses like flooded.
Yeah.
Fucking flooded.
Yeah.
Apparently, a friend of mine was telling me that her mom used to live there, and like the water level like was rising, and like her house was flooding, and like her mom, and I can only imagine because she seems like this like older person's just like standing on her toilet, and the water's rising, and she's like, help!
And the worst part about this is Florida, so you don't know how many gators gonna end up in those waters.
Dude, seriously.
Scary as fuck. Bad enough your house is flooding, and then all of a sudden, there's an alligator in the living room. Shit.
Speaking of the Florida flood, I actually saw an image somebody posted on Facebook of during the flood.
Yeah.
I guess their house was very immune to water because they were directly underneath it, and they had a picture showing their living room out to the deck, and the glass windows for the deck doors were all the way up with water, and they were just kind of looking out there.
Oh my god.
I was like, wow, that's vaguely terrifying. If that glass broke, you would just have a completely flooded living room.
I know. That's all I'd be thinking about. It's like, when's that glass gonna shatter and just like water's gonna come flooding in, along with fucking like Apache Indians on floating wood.
Fucking crocodiles swim by like,
Yeah. I got my eye on you, didn't
and there ain't no Steve Irwin that's gonna stop me.
That motherfucker's dead. Okay, so you guys ever been like in any kind of like crazy weather or like any kind of natural weather disasters or anything like that? I know we don't get a bunch of crazy shit going on around here, but
Yeah.
you ever been part of anything, Chris?
Oh, there are a couple, but one of the ones that sticks out to me right now is that I used to hang out with my friend Peter a lot, and one day we were like, hey, let's go to Buffinville, which is like this dam, and you know what I'm talking
I know
about?
Buffalo Dam. I used to go there all the time.
Yeah, it's in like this town called Charlton for people who don't live in the area. And like we were just like, we're gonna go on a walking path. It's a fucking beautiful day out. We're walking, and it's like, it's getting kind of cloudy. Okay. And then like you start like hearing thunder in the distance, and we're like, that's concerning, but okay. And then it starts raining a little bit, and then we're like, okay, we should probably turn back and go to our cars. And then as we turn around, it starts downpouring, and we're like, oh man, it can't get any worse. And then Peter's mom calls and is like, guys, get your asses home, there's a fucking tornado warning. And we're like, what the hell is happening?
Oh my god, just out of nowhere. Did you guys like get home quick or?
I think from what I remember, I think we got to the car and then it started not raining anymore, and I was like, come on.
Oh my god, okay. See, I remember when there actually was a tornado that hit Webster a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
Our area right where we work. I remember being at work at the time.
Yeah.
And it was the rumor all day from that morning, like people talking about a tornado. There's a tornado might touch down. And me and my fucking anxiety about crazy shit like that, I just want to yell at everybody, can we just stop talking about it? Can we just be like, hey, this might happen, but let's just have a normal day in case nothing happens?
Right.
Because all it's doing is making me go fucking crazy in my head. And then all of a sudden, you know, the weather hit and the power went out at Gentex, and we all ended up hanging out in the break room for like 45 minutes until the weather came on, because, you know, God forbid they weren't gonna send us home or cancel work for the day. They're just gonna be like, all right, let's just wait till the power comes back.
I don't know why, but when you were talking, and I don't mean to pick on your anxieties.
I'd say it's cool. Go ahead.
But all I can think of is like you being like, guys, can we not talk about this tornado thing? It's really freaking me out. And then it's like the tornado comes down, but it's just like tornado comes down, and then it's got like big muscles, and it picks the roof of your work up. Where's Kevin? Starts punching you.
I just get my ass kicked by a tornado. No, that was crazy. I remember after work going back home, and they actually had a part of the town like kind of closed off because it was where like that old supermarket kind of like destroyed, and we had to go around it to get back to my house.
Yep, I wasn't part of it because I didn't live in Webster at the time, but the roommate that I currently live with lived in Webster, and she was going to Dudley to her grandmother's because the place that she lived wasn't secure for tornadoes. She drove right through that part of town almost as the tornado was coming down. If she'd been 2 minutes late or stuck in traffic, she would have been inside of it.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. She
That's
just barely
nuts.
made it through before it came down.
My buddy Dan, when he was living in town at that time, slept through it. Apparently, him and my buddy Wade were living together at the time, and Wade tells me about like coming out and seeing like, or he was just hanging out in his room. He saw it was raining, didn't know any bad weather was going to happen. All of a sudden, he saw the rain just going sideways. He's like, "Oh shit!" So he goes out in the living room, and Dan's just passed out on the couch. Like he just slept through the whole thing. Finally wakes up at the end, and we're just like, "Yeah, there was a tornado that came through." And I had no idea.
That reminds me of the Southbridge tornado of 2011, I think it was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was just really funny because like you and I were in the same town.
Yeah, we were in almost the same location.
Yeah.
It sounded like we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah. I remember exactly where I was. I was in the apartment building that's on that like four-way intersection in Southbridge, and there's like the Ronald's Liquor
Yep.
store. Yeah, I was like right in that area, and of course I was with this girl that I was trying so fucking hard to get with. Ended up not working out, of course, but like it was just like I was with her, and we were just like kind of chilling out of room, and I was like, I hear there's a tornado coming. And then, like, I saw, like, her, was it, like, the curtain, right?
Yeah.
Curtain, like, just gently blew like this, and I went back, and I was like, that's it?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, that Charlton school, not Charlton, that school in Southbridge.
Charlton
right on
School.
That,
It's Charlton Street School. Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my goodness. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Charlton Street School. That's why that's why Charlton came up.
Yeah.
I was in an apartment building, not even 5 seconds of walking from there.
Yeah.
On the second floor, and I remember my friend's parent calling and telling him that there's a tornado warning. So we're all out on the back porch just like looking around for like the weather and being like, well, nothing's really going on. And it's funny because it turns out that not even 2 minutes down the road by car is where the tornado actually came down.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was just so funny because, like, Jason and I were literally, like...
Almost right next to each other, didn't even know it.
Yeah, we were, like, pretty much, like, 2 or 3 apartments away from each other, and we both were like, where's the tornado? What happened? But literally on the same street, down, like you know, a minute away is where, like, it actually, like, touched down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we're like, that's weird.
I remember seeing the video on the news that people got from their car in Southbridge of like the tornado going through Southbridge at the time, and like they had the video muted, and people found it online. They're like, no wonder they muted it, because it's just people going, "Holy fuck, dude, shit, there's a fucking tornado! Fuck, look out!" It's like F-bomb. Like, no wonder the news muted it.
You hear the muted video, like, wow, that's a beautiful, like, image, or like, a beautiful video or site, and then it's like, you unmute it, and you're like, oh dear God,
Yeah.
please mute it again.
Well, reality is often disappointing.
Yeah.
True. How about you remember when Hurricane Irene came through several years ago?
Was that the one where, like,
It
was nothing happened and someone posted a picture of their, like, lawn chair knocked over and, like, oh no, Hurricane Irene.
maybe. I remember we lost power, and we did have a bit of wind going for a while. It was back when I was living on Pearl Street, so I wonder if you were still living in
Time
town
to do some research.
Yeah, but yeah, I was in Webster. I remember I was in my first apartment. It was with my brother, our old buddy John, and it was us and my brother's girlfriend at the time, wife now, Elise there.
So funny story, Hurricane Irene happened the same year as the tornado in Southbridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2011. August 2011.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the tornado happening while I was still living at home. But then Irene happening when I was in the apartment. And yeah, it was like 2010, 2011 I moved in the apartment. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, I just remember us losing power early in the morning. Nothing crazy really happened. We got a lot of strong wind. There were some heavy branches down and whatnot. And we just kind of chilled out in the house the whole time. And then I guess word got out that there was like one McDonald's that I think it was over in Southbridge or something that was open. So we're like, oh, let's go there for food. And like everybody was there. It was like the entire town just congregated at this McDonald's. And I felt bad. It was just two young girls on the cash registers up front, and everybody rushing around the back, fucking whipping food together. I was like, I got up to the front. I was like, I'm sorry, this sucks, huh? And she goes like, I was like, and then I was like, all right, anyway, I'll get 4 double cheeseburgers.
Yeah, because I'm looking up images now, and I'm like, this actually happened. So I think the only conclusion, and knowing the timeline of where I was in my life, I was probably too fucking stoned and realized there was a hurricane happening.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was back in the day when I actually started doing that stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Too drugged out to realize.
In my case, I think that for the actual hurricane portion of things, I was probably sleeping because I still worked the overnights at the time. But after it was over, I believe I went to work and we didn't have power, and so me and my manager got to sit there in the powerless gas station for the entire night because we couldn't just leave it alone. And I didn't actually have to go in. She offered to give me half pay to not go in, but I was like, I want the money, so I'll just go in and sit around.
Yeah, exactly.
I can sit around for 8 hours at full pay. That's fine.
Yeah, there you go. I remember me and my roommates, we were all still working at the same restaurant at that time, and they were both cooks, and the owner actually called them and asked if they would come in and whatnot. And all they did was like move a bunch of stuff around in the freezers, I guess. And that was it.
Do you guys remember? Fuck, it was like 10 years ago at this point, or even like 9 years. It was like that period in the winter where it felt like every Monday was a fucking snowstorm.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I kind of do, yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was dating this girl Cody at the time. Same Cody, with the wig.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my best friend Adam and his girlfriend at the time, now wife, came over to my place, and they I think we just hung out because we knew we were gonna get snowed in, and I bought woodchucks or whatever. It's like the alcohol. I don't know. It's
no idea.
It's kind of like the. God, my brain is really hurting today.
You can do it, man.
Angry Orchard. It's like Angry Orchard.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were like, we're gonna drink because it's 2013 and I'm 20, and Jill's gonna get us a bunch of alcohol so we could drink. And we were like, man, we gotta really find space for this because the fridge was full. So what we did was we opened my window and the snow was up to the window. We just went close the window.
That's cool. That's really cool, actually.
You grab me a drink, all right?
Yeah. There you go.
Close window.
That's funny. That's really funny. Okay, that must have been the same year, yeah, where we had literally the walls of snow.
Yes.
All throughout town.
Yeah.
I remember coming home from work one night and helping shovel, and I shoveled out the front walkway, and I got so shit-faced drunk because I just had a fucking almost a full bottle of I think it was a Captain Morgan's rum at the time, or not Captain.
Oh, the classic.
Is it Captain Morgan? I had a full bottle of rum, something like that. And Admiral Nelson, that was what it was. A full bottle of Admiral Nelson, which is
Not Captain Morgan,
not Captain
Admiral
Morgan, it's
Nelson.
cheaper, and it's fucked. But yeah, I drank like
What's
almost
he?
all of it while I was shoveling. I had like the bottle out there. I had a bottle of Coke, and I was just refilling my drink and just like shoveling. And then my landlord at the time, who when we originally moved into that place, it was my great grandmother who owned the building. But then she had she got a lot older, had to be moved out. She couldn't handle it anymore. So a new guy bought the building, a younger guy. And he liked to fucking smoke weed, as he called them stupid sticks. So he's out there, he sees me shoveling, and he's like, you want a stupid stick to go with all that? And I was like, yeah, all right. So I went inside, smoked a joint. By the time I came back outside, the neighbor was actually fucking took care of the rest of the front walkway with the snowblower, yeah. So me being fucking shit-faced and high, I was like, I want McDonald's. So I fucking walked through the McDonald's up the road, and it was just so crazy, because it's like, literally walking down these cleared paths, and these snow mountains are like up to like eye level and whatnot. I'm just walking, bouncing against the fucking snow walls there. Yeah, I remember ordering my food at the McDonald's. I meant to get it for there, but I'm so drunk. She was like, "For here to go." I was just like, "Here to go." I mean, here. She must have knew I was fucked up. She just laughed about it.
Dude, Admiral Nelson?
Admiral Nelson, yep.
Yeah.
Spiced rum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to get nips of that, and I would just like pound them all at once, like in one giant glass.
Maybe that's just a rum thing. I'm gonna make a rum now, but I'm gonna call it Brigadier Charles.
So stupid. I remember I was Instagram famous with my friends for a while, because I used to just, in my younger 20s, just get so many nips, and I pour them into like glass bottles, just chug them all at once, and that was my thing, just getting drunk.
Speaking of, remember when we had Gage on here, we talked about Ernie at the very end of our recording?
What was it?
Ernie, the one-legged native.
Oh yeah.
I remember one time he was like, I'd always hang out with him, because like I didn't really have a lot of people to hang out with when I first lived in Nevada. And at one point he was like, "Hey, let's go watch a movie," and I'm like, "All right, Ernie, that's fine." And then like we went to the liquor store, and I think he was like buying stuff for later, but I like bought like 4 nips of Blue Kinky vodka, and was just like slid in my pocket. So like we go to the movie theater, and I put all the nips in.
Oh, dude, I do that at the theaters all the time.
And it was so funny because he didn't realize, and he's just like, "How you hanging in there?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good, Ernie. Oh, I'm real good."
Oh my god.
So I think this guy's fucked up, but I don't know.
I remember going to the movies with my buddy Christian back in the day.
Yeah.
And I stuck like 7 nips of Admiral Nelson in with me. And I'm pulling, we're both sitting in the front. I was pulling them each out one by one. He's like, "Kevin, what the fuck?" I was like, "Dude, I'm not trying to remember this movie." Pouring them all in my soda.
Did you used to do that at all, Jason?
No, I've never actually snuck alcohol into the movies.
We should do it sometime, because it's very easy.
It is super easy.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's just normally when I go to the movies, I don't really try to get anything other than a drink, because I don't like that feeling of getting up in the middle of it and go to the bathroom. Want to go to the seats. I know it's nothing big, and just happens sometimes, but I prefer not to. So I really try not to consume that much while I'm at the theater.
That's why you gotta.
Alcohol will send me directly to the fucking bathroom.
That's why you gotta sit in the way back and just bring an extra cup with you to piss in.
Yeah, but I got these fucking glasses on. I can't see that well. I prefer the middle rows.
See, if we're watching an anime movie, it's almost preferred that I use the bathroom constantly, so that way I don't accidentally spoil the fucking movie.
Well, if you're going to see Heaven's Feel, you can just come halfway into the movie and ask what happened. Like you did before.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah,
wait, did I miss half of it?
You did. We made this big group to get together, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, I'll be there," because I invited the other Jason.
Jason LaChance.
Yeah.
LaForce. I'm gonna edit that part out. I feel bad.
But anyway,
I'm sorry, Jason.
I got this big group together to go watch it, and you were like, "Yeah, I'll be there," but you got there like halfway into the movie, and it was funny because I had to go get you, because I remember I bought your ticket, and I told them somebody named Christopher Robin will be here to pick this up. I left it with the counter with the person, and I guess they accepted that. But I had to come out to get you because you didn't know which theater it was in. And so I had to get up out of the movie theater and text you, and the service was bad, so I couldn't quite get a hold of you. And I eventually found you in person before I ever got your fucking text back.
That reminds me of one time Jason and myself. Was it Gage or was it just Mike Crancy?
Mike was there.
Yeah, and Mike and Sky was there.
Gage was there too.
Yeah, so like the five of us, we all went to go see an anime movie called Konosuba.
Yep.
And I thought I was gonna fucking die because I accidentally spoiled the whole movie unintentionally. Because the movie
to everybody, or
yeah,
like
so
to yourself?
no, because like basically the movies and the TV shows are based off of like their source material, which is the light novels.
Yeah.
So out loud, audibly was like, "Hey guys, did you know in this light novel, this and this happens at the very end?" And then, like, we watched the movie and it's starting to happen, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's this one. Put my hood up and was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
You idiot.
But I, like, didn't even mean to. I was just telling my friend, like, oh, dude, this crazy thing happens. And then he just looks at me, he's like, you fucking suck.
Hey, kids, it's the craziest thing. They made up this myth called Santa Claus. Totally not real. Oh, shit. Said it in, like, a preschool.
But yeah, I do that constantly. Like, remember we were at my old apartment in Auburn. Me, you, and Mike watched Promare for the first time.
Yep.
And like, there's a moment where I was like, "Oh, dude, watch. This is gonna happen, but this is gonna happen, and with this person." And it was like, literally, just exactly what that happened. And I can only imagine you just like, I can't say anything because that's gonna be actually spoiling it. But what the fuck?
Yeah, Chris is really good at calling a spoiler that he's never seen before and then just bringing it up out of nowhere and ruining the experience for everybody.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Thankfully, 90% of the time I've seen whatever it is that we're watching, so I
Yeah.
never have to suffer from this. But Chris is really good at it.
I'm never watching a new movie with you again.
Yeah, watch out for this guy.
Now you see why the spoiler owl tattoo would be so fucking funny to get.
Oh my god, dude! I remember one time. I remember I shit my pants in the movie theater once.
Oh, did you?
Only a little. It was like a squirter.
Yeah.
When I went to see Deadpool 2,
Okay.
I was with Gage,
Yeah.
Dan, and Jimmy. Dan and Jimmy, two buddies of mine who just happened to come along. But I fucking laughed so hard, I fucking like shit a little.
Yeah.
I had to run to the fucking bathroom. I had to fucking take off and throw away my underwear in the fucking bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it didn't hit my pants, thankfully, but like
Just great.
I had enough of a big gross shit stain on my fucking underwear. Where I was like throwing those in the garbage.
Yeah. Ugh.
And I had to run back into the theater and be like, I shit myself.
This movie's so good, I fucking shit myself, guys.
Famous story to go along with that. I'll have to have Gage go over it again sometime when he comes on, because it's a wonderful story how we almost got in a group fight with this guy in the back, because I'm talking. It was right when I got back from that. I'm talking to Gage a little bit. And when I talk to people in the theaters, I'm naturally quiet. I'm not trying to like talk loud. Chris said, I know this is something you don't know about, but I try to talk quietly in the theater. I'm just kidding, Chris.
I only talk loud when I know there's a preview.
No, you're right. I'm only fucking with you. But I was just telling Gage, I said, oh man, I just fucking shit myself. Like, just talking like that. And then it's me, Gage to my left. On my right, we have Dan and Jimmy.
Okay.
And some fucking dude next to Jimmy leans over and goes, shh, shut the fuck up.
Ooh.
My buddy Jimmy, full on fucking like, leans his head forward and looks right at him. Does this continuously for about 5 minutes. Just gives him the stare down. And Dan's looking at me like, he said that to you? I was like, did that dude just tell me to shut the fuck up?
Huh.
And so basically we're just like, and I don't think the guy expected us to react like that, because he fucking got scared. He was kicking back in his seat, and I was like, do I have to kick the shit out of somebody in here tonight? And we're just all making little like threatening comments throughout like in the next probably like 20 minutes of the movie. And then and it's just so funny because the lights come on. I expected it to be like some like young kid or like some dude. it was like an older dad with his like fucking 3 like 13, 14-year-old kids there. But we didn't lighten up at all.
Oh,
We
good.
kept going. we were making comments about his little boy, his boy girl son there. Because it looked like a boy who was like maybe transitioning, something like that. And, so we just kept making all these comments. And when the movie ended and we all left, what we did was me and Gage went down the steps because we were directly to the steps on the left to us,
Okay.
going down.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Dan went the other way, following them that way. So that when it came down to the corner, towards the end of the exit, it was like we were all closing in on this dude. Probably thought we were gonna fucking jump him and kick the shit out of him. I could see it in his face here, but we didn't. We just kept going. We kept staring. Gage, nothing to do with it, by the way. He was just listening to it all, and he thought it was funny, but he was not trying to like be a threatening person. You know, Gage.
Yeah,
that's not him.
he's a gentle giant, but I guarantee if you guys were being threatening and that guy saw Gage, he'd probably still be just as threatened.
Oh yeah, because Gage is a big guy.
a fucking big guy.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just so fucking funny. And then that was just the story, the talk, the whole way home. We were all talking about, I don't know where it came from, but somehow we gave this guy the name Donald. And we just going, fucking Donald, that piece of shit and his little he-she son, I'm gonna kick the shit out of him. I fucking hate it. Like, we're all, it was so funny. You have to ask Gage about it. It was hilarious.
I'm gonna, next time I see a movie with, I guess either of you guys, I'm just gonna lean over, just out of nowhere, randomly the movie. Hey, can you shut the fuck up? Dude, I'm trying to watch this movie, okay?
It'll be like not even the previews are on, it's just the random trivia shit at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the on-running joke now with me and Gage. Anytime I go to the movie theater, I'll be like, that motherfucker Donald better not be here. Oh my god! Like,
What?
if we were all just a slight more shittier, then probably would have started something.
Right.
Because I know all those guys would have had my back.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That was a good time though.
Hey, Kevin,
What's up?
tell me, how many times has this happened to you? You wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, and you just want to go to bed, but that dang demon in the corner is just speaking backwards in Latin or something, and you just can't fall asleep.
Dude, all the time. I wake up at least like 3 or 4 times a night, and I see that demon in the corner of the room just taunting me. I wish I could get a better view of him, but people always tell me, Gavin, night lights are for babies.
Well, you know what? I've got the perfect thing for you. The light box made by Figs Figmentations.
Lightbox? What's that?
It is this box made from wood with designs on the sides and the top. When illuminated by a light, it will then make the pattern and also illuminate your room.
Ooh, that sounds really nice.
Oh yeah.
What kind of patterns they got?
They've got the winter pattern.
Ooh, I see also that they have a snowflake pattern.
Yeah, and you know what? My personal favorite is the forest one.
The forest one does look like it'd be real nice.
Oh yeah, nice in a green light, you know?
But you know what? I think what's really going to scare my demon away is the donut box.
Oh, I think so too.
I'm going to be like, be gone, demon! Fear my donut box with its sprinkles of doom.
These light boxes are made here in America by Tristan Newton. Every box is made with care and attention to detail with the highest quality of craftsmanship. And you can find this product on Etsy and on figsfigmentationsllc.com. And you can also follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter.
Seems like you can get it just about anywhere.
Pretty much. It's very accessible. And if you go right now to purchase your light box, you can use a 10% off promo code BRAHMAN, BRAMAN, to get yours at a cheaper price.
Ooh, so if I just use the promo code BRAHMAN at checkout, I can get 10% off?
10% to get rid of that pesky demon.
Ah, that is a steal. Such a cheap price to pay to get rid of that goddamn demon.
No kidding. And then you'll wake up in the middle of the night, and instead of going right to sleep, you'll just say, "Be gone, demon!"
And he'll flutter away like the little pussy he is.
Yeah, you know, I think that donut light box is going to work for you.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to make sure to use that promo code BRAHMAN, BRAMAN at checkout for 10% off.
Exactly. Well, check it out now. Figs Figmentation, everyone.
Get yours today.
One of my favorite things to do with you now is when we watch the movie or we're waiting for the movies, it's the Star Pass like rewards thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you like about Star Pass? Free
Butter
popcorn.
popcorn. Because I go to the movies a lot, and like I know that fucking commercial now. So the first time like me and you went together in a while, I knew it was coming up, so I just looked over you before she said free popcorn, and all of a sudden she says it, you're like, oh
Yeah. They're like, what do you like about it? And you're just like, I bet she's gonna say free popcorn. She's like, free popcorn? I'm like, dude, how did you know? How did you know?
How could he possibly have figured it out?
Yeah. So every time we say it right on point when she says it now, free popcorn. Oh, it's good stuff, man.
Do you have any wonderful movie theater memories?
I don't know, because most of the time when I go to the movies, it seems that you guys are there.
So your stories are our stories, pretty
Basically,
much.
I don't actually go that often. Like maybe every now and again, but I can't remember the last time I went or even what I saw.
Okay.
I
I love going to the movie theaters. It's one of my favorite things.
I like going. It's just that
if
it's not locally anymore, so
Oh, yeah.
I don't go as often.
Yeah.
If I like had a driver's license and car, dude, I would be going every other Tuesday I had off to get the $7 movie tickets that day, and I love going then during the day because there's like nobody there.
Dude, I find it so fucking ironic because every single time I'm hanging out with you and I'm like, dude, let's go see a movie. It's always that time where we check the movies and there's just nothing that interests both of us playing.
Yeah. It's usually always late.
Yeah.
I remember I made the mistake of going to see the fucking Super Mario Brothers movie with you real late.
Yeah.
Coming back home and just like, I gotta go to work in like 4 hours.
Oh, actually, that is the last thing that I saw in theaters, come to think of it.
Yeah.
I just forgot because I bought the Blu-ray so quickly and then rewatched it on that, so I just forgot that I went to the movies to see that. But yeah, I saw that in theaters.
Yeah,
It was really good.
Oh, it
What was
was
so-
glorious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great movie. I loved it. What was so funny about it too was like we went and I missed like the last maybe like half hour of the movie because I kept nodding off, falling asleep. So the next time I went to the movie theater on Tuesday, I actually saw it again. It's just funny because I'm watching it, I'm like, I missed this entire Rainbow Road scene.
Oh yeah, and that was funny because at one point, like you kind of started falling asleep, and I was like so into the Rainbow Road scene, and at one point I was like, "Ah, dude, Cam, this is great," and you were just like, "Huh? Yeah."
I'm so glad like I have you to hit me if I start snoring or anything. Because God knows if I was there on my own like late at night and falling asleep, I'd probably piss off everybody because I'm a loud snorer.
Then Donald is right behind you. Oh, this guy again.
Yeah, and I'd fucking be like, "That's it, Donald, it's on!" I'd fucking throw my mellow yellow in his face and start kicking his ass.
Any upcoming movies anybody plans to go see?
Oh shit, I should check.
I'm not sure. I haven't really heard of anything. I know me and a couple of people are supposed to see the FNAF movie.
Yeah, one of my friends invited me to go with their group of friends to go see that, and I was like, I'm not really even into FNAF,
Yeah. I might end
so
up,
I'm probably not gonna go.
I'm probably gonna end up canceling just because like they're going on a fucking day that I'm working and it's like 7:30. I get out at 7, usually a little later.
Yup.
And it's just like I don't want to rush to get there, so I might just head last minute and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna come. Just give my ticket to somebody else or something.
Yeah, I think the next movie that I might go see in theaters is probably gonna be the next Sonic one that comes out. I never saw either of the Sonics in theaters, but
I haven't
they
seen
are
any of the
pretty
Sonic
good.
movies at all.
They're actually pretty good.
I've heard
they're
that.
well done.
I saw Sonic 2 in theaters. I saw Sonic 1 on Amazon, I think. Yeah.
Alright. I really enjoyed that Super Mario Brothers movie though. That was a lot of fun to watch.
There's a movie coming out called Journey to Bethlehem. That's amazing because my sister used to play Final Fantasy 15, and what is supposed to be Bahamut, right? I called Bethlehem,
Yep.
and very confidently called it Bethlehem.
That's
Yeah.
quite unfortunate.
Oh, I know that summon. That's Bethlehem.
Oh.
Yes, Chris, that's the entire nation of Bethlehem. I'm gonna have to screenshot that one for my sister.
So, Chris, Jason, I know you guys are friends. That's how I know you, Jason.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? How did you become
I
friends?
started smoking weed with my friend Zach,
There you go. That's actually
All right.
exactly how we first met.
and then pretty sure that's like around the time the tornado hit too. Was when I started
It
smoking
was
with
actually
Zach.
all around in that same area of time. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. I had a group of friends that I used to hang out with on a near constant basis, and Chris was one of Zach's friends. So that's how I originally met Chris. We weren't even close at the time. We barely fucking talked.
Yeah, well, like, sorry, I was looking at, like, movies to say. But, yeah, so pretty much what happened was, I don't know if I've ever told you how I met Zach.
Nope. I actually have no idea.
Okay, cool. So, you know the guy Peter was talking about?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, I started getting into smoking weed at that time. And, like, out of random, he's like, hey, man, if you want, we could smoke tonight, but I got a friend over that we've been like hanging out for a bit if you want to join us. And I was like, okay. And then I show up and it's fucking Zach. And I'm like, hi. So like we started we started to hang out, and then me and Zach got to know each other, and then we realized how fucking close and how much we had in common, to the point where like we were kind of third wheeling Peter on his own hangout. And I felt so bad, but he was just sitting there just like, I don't know what to do. These guys are fucking talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Dude, that was Zach's jam back in the fucking day. It's almost all he talked about.
And then like I was like I just loved hanging out with him, because it was like one of the first like friendships I made where like he's clearly older than I am, and I'm like, dude, I want to hang out with the older guys, you know. So then like I started getting introduced to Zach's friend group, which his friend Caitlin was my old neighbor when I was growing up in Dudley.
Yeah.
And then after that, like I met fucking Brianna. She was part of that group too. And then Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, we all collectively met in high school, and we were all part of the same shop almost.
Yeah.
So that's how we all got together. Bree, Caitlin, Zach, Doug, everybody.
Yep. Doug.
You saying I want to hang out with the older guys just made me think of like that'd be like a great Disney song. I want to hang out with the older guys.
My
want to be part of that guy.
Like them. I
No-
want to reach those heights.
Maybe make the next Disney movie about a young kid wanting to hang out with the old guys.
You know what's sad? My personality back then, I could see myself singing that. Yeah, because my personality back then was, "Hot gee whiz, guys!"
It's funny because that's how everybody used to imitate your voice too.
Yeah. "Oh, gee whiz, it's me, Chris. Oh, geez." Like basically how I associate, I'm sure everyone else in the group associated me, was Butters from
South Park.
Yeah.
South Park, yeah.
Oh, gee whiz, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, hamburgers.
Well, now that you bring it up, the connection is there.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that song he's always singing?
Like the time that
Lulu,
you
I got
guys,
some apples. Lulu, you got some too. You're just singing that in the corner.
it was crazy. Like the one time I hung out with you guys, and you thought it'd be funny to like drop me off in Mexico, and I had to like befriend the whole nation and then get back.
What?
Yeah, remember?
He's just referencing another South Park episode.
Oh, fuck.
It's Matakia.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we hung out a bunch, and like, yeah, as you said, like we weren't like super close back
We
then.
were
And
really close at the time. I didn't really get to know Chris later until we started talking together through my friend Joe.
Oh no, what it was? I don't remember how or why, but I was working in Nevada, and like we just started talking on like Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what sparked it either.
I think I just needed a friend to talk to, and I was like, I haven't talked to Jason in a minute. And then we started bonding more, and was like, dude, Jason's really cool.
There you go.
And we hung up on PlayStation and all that fun jazz. And
And now we're like the best friends.
yeah, dude,
Oh, yeah, dude.
you're my
It's funny how like our friendship kind of like just like organically worked out. Like
yeah.
it's like it's weird. It's like obviously we talk about like you dated my sister back in the day, and That's how
Yeah.
we technically first met.
Uh-huh.
But then, like,
I'm a
that
little man slut.
Fast forward years later. You're just hanging out with Gage. I just remember, like, being at the house for a game night, or Leah and Katie happened to be there at the same time, too. Like, Leah was saying something like, oh, how you were there. Like, oh, and she was saying to Katie, like, oh, you know, Chris is here. Like, it was Chris. And Katie was like, oh, an ex-boyfriend back there. I was like, huh. I was like, which one? And then she reminded me. Like, oh, okay, yeah. I remember you having like the emo hair back then when you dated her, and then you waltz in with like Gage and his buddies, and I'm like, you just got a different look now, because you look more to how you are now.
I'm very dapper now.
Yeah, and then like we just casually became friendly through like the game nights and whatnot, and then the one key big thing I can remember is just the very first time we hung out, just me and you.
IHOP.
Yes.
Woo!
When we randomly, like, I don't even know how it happened. I think we were talking.
We were talking
about
once, and you were just like,
I think we're just.
I was like, dude, IHOP's great, and you're like, I've never been. And I'm like, how?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Like, it came up at a game night, and you were like, we're gonna go, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then you came by one night, picked me up, and we went to IHOP, and I think that was what really just like set it off. I was like, I really like this kid. Like, you know, we had a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
And then like naturally we just became super close, and it happened real fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny when you were just like, oh, and I had the emo haircut. All I could think of was every time you would see me, you'd hear just like crawling in my skin.
It's funny. I barely remember what you looked like when you were younger, but like
Yeah.
for some reason, the image in my mind of you with the emo haircut is vaguely like fucking Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
Like, I could swear that you looked almost exactly like him, but I can't know for sure.
Do you want me to show you a photo?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's so funny when you said that, Peter Parker. I don't know why in my head I didn't see Peter Parker. I heard Peter Griffin in my head. That's Peter Griffin with an emo cut.
That's more like what he acts like now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
stop
went
it.
from Parker to Griffin.
You ever listened to Linkin Park before?
But it was funny because, like I said, the first time I saw you, like, after that, I was like, it's like way different look. Like, he's got the shorter hair now, he had the beard and everything, and it's like, all right, I definitely recognize your face. It was like the face, I definitely remember him. Like, I could have seen you, and I would have known. Like, that was my old sister's old ex. Okay.
Yeah, my weird style transitioned from like emo to like, man, boy, do I love Blink 182
Well, I mean,
to like where I am now.
back then when you were looking like that, I was that fucking diehard juggalo, and I had the fucking braids sticking up in all my fucking hair. So I obviously looked way different too. I had a clean baby face back then.
I just remember, and I know I've mentioned it before, but I just love how like our friendship went from like, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend Katie, and like you coming by and being like, yeah, Kevin does not like me, to like, he's my roommate now.
It's only, I tell you, it's only because you were dating my younger sister. I had to naturally be the fucking like, you fucking with my little sister, bro. Don't make me have to hurt you.
Listen, I gotta tell you, your sister makes a mean grilled cheese.
I was about to be like Chris Stephanos' dad and be like, look, fuck up. I'm gonna come over there and break both your kneecaps.
Yeah, see, I was right.
So that was emo Chris back in the day.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
totally.
And then,
Alright, so
Um,
that does match up with my memories.
And then if you want to get an even more deep cut,
Deep cut.
this is even emo-er Chris.
My God.
I used to have long hair and I used to be thin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Back in another dimension.
Yeah, back when me and Chris first met, I was just at least slightly thin.
I remember like I was so obsessed with like Facebook back in the day. I'd be like, oh dude, I'm hanging out with Zach and his friends, and then like takes picture of Fry, tags everyone in the photo. Oh my god, guys, we're hanging out today, and then like,
You were one of those people?
oh dude, I was like, I look back at it now, I was like, that's kind of cringy.
Yeah.
I
Well,
used to
like-
be like that with MySpace.
Yeah. Like, you used to be big in MySpace? or-
yeah.
MySpace
Yeah.
was cool back then.
I used
It was
MySpace a
all
little
about
bit.
who was in your top 8, dude. All about the top 8. And God forbid if you didn't have your significant others number 1, you were going to hear about it.
Tom was always my
yeah,
number
the
one.
good old MySpace days of randomly doing 50-question quizzes and sending them to your friends.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that
I
shit.
kind of want to bring it back, but it's never going to.
Yeah,
MySpace
not with
was
the way
fun.
it works. Not with the way Facebook's works now.
Yeah.
Because before it was more like it was almost like email but slightly quicker.
Yeah.
But now that Facebook is like, fucking on the spot messaging and all that, it's like you could just invite like all your friends to a group and have them all answer.
Yeah.
Here's
I
50
mean,
questions. Everybody fill it in.
I remember slightly doing the customization of your homepage, and like at the time it was like, hey, did you want to ever like become a beginner coder?
Yep.
Because it was a lot of like,
Oh
you
yeah.
put the source code in and
we
shit.
were all fucking beginner coders in
Oh yeah.
MySpace.
Dude, you used to be able to have a fucking a profile song for your fucking page. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
dude, I
was
remember.
always the coolest. There was me in high school.
Hell yeah.
Well, now I gotta see if I can find
My
something for
crazy
myself.
ass braids, dude.
I remember one of the songs I had on my MySpace was because I was trying to be like, ooh, I'm spooky and mysterious. Was fucking This Is Halloween by Marilyn Manson. Ooh.
Oh, the one from the famous AMV?
Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm a fucking spook master.
Oh my god.
No, Chris, you're just a guy with the
You're
emo
just
flip.
a guy.
You're just a guy.
Just a guy.
Yeah.
Just a guy.
I'm
Nothing special. Regular Chris serious. Oh wow, nothing big.
I'm honestly surprised I never got a fucking Blink-182 tattoo.
I'm surprised I never got a. I mean, I never got a Juggalo related tattoo. My Dirty Thug tattoo I have on my leg is kind of close to it, but not exactly. Because Dirty Thug was the record
sounds like
label
you
for
found
Killer
it.
C.
Oh,
Sorry.
I found one of my oldest pictures.
Oh boy!
As a
Here
matter
we
of
go.
fact, I'm pretty sure I took it in the shop that I was in high school.
We're gonna have to
I
send
don't
all
know
these
if I wanna-
pictures to
I
Chris
don't-
so we can put it in the YouTube version.
Actually-
Oh yeah,
Hold on, I'm
absolutely.
gonna have to show you two different ones because this one I was just trying to be edgy. So
Oh.
here's me in high school.
Dude, it's like, hold
Yeah,
on.
I know.
It's literally shot for shot the same as mine.
Oh my god!
But anyway,
You guys could have
also
been
in
an
high
emo
school
wrestling
and
tag
way,
team.
also in high school, but way more recent is not that one. Maybe that. Jesus Christ, some of these are terrible.
Nothing like looking at old school pictures of yourself and be like, "Good
They're
God!"
Why do I have to be so edgy in all of these?
Back then, I was like, I was the fucking coolest.
Oh, I figured. I remember you had the Kisuke hat. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
I remember I took this edgy
Oh, there we
photo.
go. Perfect. This is just normal me. Regular from back in the day.
Cool.
There we go.
Here's a photo of me with so much edge because I used to have the Samsung. It's like the phones where it's like you got the dial pad right here and you slide it up and you got like the keyboard.
Ooh,
You
yeah, I know
oh,
what
okay,
you're
okay,
talking
okay.
about.
Yeah, but the camera lens broke, and I was like, dude, this would make a sick effect on my photo. Dude, there's so much edge in that picture, I almost fucking cut myself when I pulled it up.
Oh yeah, really, dude. What'd you do, guys? You went to Shepherd Hill, right?
No, Bay Path.
Oh, yeah,
Did you
Bay
go to Bay Path? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I also went to Bay Path.
You also went to Bay Path. Okay. I was the only one who went to Shepherd Hill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nothing like being in the famous Pill Hill, as they called it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We, funny enough, we went to the same high school, and when you were a senior, I was a freshman. Never had your exploratory shop, but I guarantee you,
How strange.
I know. I had I ended up going to Small Engines and all that, but funny story. I actually met Bree years before I met her in your group back at Bay Path.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently, she used to stand outside where Anthony from Small Engines used to play hacky sack.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, she was out there, and I was also out there, and I guarantee you there were times I was like bumped in and be like, "Oh, sorry."
So
Years later, like the threads of fate were like, "You're not going anywhere."
So how'd you end up meeting my sister back in the day?
She was friends with my sister Allie because they were both
Okay.
in the same grade,
Oh.
and I remember, so weird, or not? It's not weird. It's just funny to me that Allie was like, "Oh my god, Katie saw your pictures of your swords you used to draw, and she thought they're really cool, and I was I got it in!
I can't wait to bring that up to Katie next time I see her. I hear you real into sword drawings, Katie.
And I was like, oh, dude, I gotta draw you some more swords! Because I was that edgy.
Damn,
I was
dude.
that edgy back then.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I forgot how we actually officially met, but then like we started hanging out, and then like I went to your old house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing just led to another.
Yeah. I brought her to my junior prom. That was cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was the moment where the small world keeps getting smaller.
I never went to prom because prom was stupid, and also girls didn't like me.
When I was getting ready,
Which is still the case.
when I was getting ready for junior prom, like my mom was, I think I was just before I got my license, so my mom dropped me off.
Yeah.
And then she realized that she fucking grew up with your mom.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So then, like, that was a weird, like, small world moment.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's what happens when you grow up in a Polish fucking community.
Everybody's,
exactly what
everybody's just trading. Everybody's just trading Wumpkies and pierogies, and we all know each other.
I mean,
I saw on Facebook somebody today they had like a Halloween trick or treat thing. It was full of pierogies with a take one side. That would be Webster. Oh my god.
yeah. So that's how we met.
Nice. No, that's
Yeah.
cool. I never knew that.
Yeah. And then yeah.
I just love that. Like the first time you saw me, I remember it was when me and my boys were rapping still, and we had that beef with that rapper Kung Fu Vampire.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone walking around the house, and you just heard me like talking, like saying all this shit on the phone, talking about like, fuck this motherfucker, we're gonna show him who the fuck we are, and like. I was a young fucking like hardcore rap white kid, so I dropped a couple N-bombs. I was like, fuck this, you know. It's like, it was just me pacing around the house, and like I was very loud on the phone about it, so I know you heard every bit.
I don't know if I like this, Katie.
Katie, is your brother a gangster?
Is your brother a soprano? And then she went, Chris, you haven't watched that show. You can't make that reference. I was like, yeah.
It was so funny because like not too long after, I ended up fucking like personally myself squashing that.
Yes.
But it was real funny because it was actually our real actual fucking rap beef we ended up having with this dude. Like he actually he responded to us and everything like that. And
all because you went to his live show.
Yeah,
This guy sucks.
We went, basically we went to see Twisted, and this dude Kung Fu Vampire was opening for me. And I just from the moment I heard his name, I thought that's so stupid. Like Kung Fu Vampire, that's a really dumb name, really dumb gimmick. I thought, and like he's changed his whole look up ever since then. He actually looks kind of sillier nowadays. But anyways,
Are you starting more beef?
No, Kung Fu Vampire, you keep doing your thing. I don't care.
You have to make.
But what happened was the next day we recorded like a little video, like just dissing him, and it was like me giving the introduction, just basically saying like, oh, we went to Twisted Show, you know, open up with Fury. We like Fury. He's cool. But then this dude, Kung Fu fucking Panda, whatever the fuck came out. We called him Kung Fu Panda. And then Elliot did a whole like a freestyle diss to him, and dude, it blew the fuck up, dude, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like we had all hate.
Yeah.
All hate comments from like so many like, you know, other juggalos and like other motherfuckers who were like, you know, listeners and whatnot. And Kung Fu Vampire actually like, you know, responded with a video directed at us and everything like that.
That's the point where you were like, maybe we should tone it down, right? Is that
No, it wasn't even then. It was just like it was just kind of like my own self kind of thing coming to myself, which is why I don't, even if I do like get back in the rap game, I never want to beef with anybody because it's just like I have a thing in my head now which is like everybody does their own thing, everybody has their own fans, who gives a fuck, you know, do what you want. And that was basically what I said. I personally messaged him on YouTube just being like, hey, like I'm speaking for myself, I don't know how the rest of the crew feels about it, but like this beef thing is stupid. Honestly, I wish I never even did it. You're just doing your own thing, and obviously you have fans, and I'm happy that you're doing what you want. And he was real positive when he replied back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was our whole beef we had with Kung Fu Vampire. This is like we're in a legit rap beef.
Speaking, I wouldn't say beef, but speaking of like things like that, circling back to like our friend group with Zach.
Yeah.
Apparently, I didn't realize this, but Joe and I didn't like each other back in the day.
Yeah, actually, he brought that up a while back about how you and him didn't actually get along that well back in the day.
Yeah, I was just like this young fucking like I just want to be friends with everyone. I still am to a degree, but he was like not all about that, but like I don't think I'm gonna get along with him. And I was like, this guy seems like a fucking prick. And then like years later, I don't know what I think we were playing on PlayStation, and I was just like, Joe, you're actually a really fucking cool guy. I want to hang out with you more, but I'm just really busy now. And that's to you, Joe, if you're listening to this podcast. I miss you. I just need to hang out with you. I miss you.
So we ate
too,
KFC before this. We ate KFC before this podcast, and I just found a piece of chicken batter in my beard.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, a little second lunch.
Hey, Kevin. There's some chicken batter in your beard.
I already got it.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Don't bullguard on my goddamn thing.
What?
So don't bullguard on my thing.
What's a bogart?
Oh my god.
They make it sound like I'm being murdered on the podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean you are. That's the sound of a stab, right? A blunt object hitting something. Oh! Where we at time wise?
We're at 58 minutes.
58 minutes. Wow.
We still got like 10 minutes
Yeah,
or so more.
we still got more minutes to go by, but that was a lot further along I thought we were gonna be.
Yeah.
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 Anybody else have any beef with rappers?
Oh, thankfully not. I
Yeah.
have no experience with any of that.
I'll have to show you an image of what this dude looked like back in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
You can like understand why I kind of made fun of him. Although like, it's funny to come from me because it's like me being a juggler who's into ICP, and that's the crowd he was with, and everybody makes fun of ICP because
Magnets, how do they work?
That's fucking like 10 years old. But anyway, it's just like, yeah, it's silly to come from me, someone who like and loves like the most hated on band in the world, to be like, this guy looks fucking stupid. He like wore like a full like Japanese like style kimono, and then like its whole head painted white, and like the vampire looking mouth with the big spike piercing in the lip, and it's like, you look dumb, dude.
All you had to have said was cultural appropriation.
Oh,
shut that shit down.
I would never pull that on anybody. It's like when it's like in that first season of motherfucking Cobra Kai, when Homeboy's opening up the karate. What's that? Ralph Macchio?
I don't know.
His character. I hate you. Ralph Macchio, when he's opening up his karate shop, he puts the video out on YouTube, and like he does it like all traditional style from like learning from the what's his name, the Chinese guy there, and people are just commenting like cultural appropriation on it. It's like, I hate the idea of like cultural appropriation. People saying that shit. It's like, why can't I embrace another culture and say that I like it and be down with it?
Yeah,
I don't get that shit. It's like I remember hearing a story about this chef. He's like a well-known chef. He's an American dude who specializes in Mexican cuisine.
Okay.
Like that's his thing. He really loves Mexican cuisine. He specializes in that. People were trying to come out saying he was doing cultural appropriation because of that.
Ah, get out of here.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, dude. It's food. It's food that he likes.
There's nothing wrong with specializing in another country's cuisine. That's
Yeah.
your specialty.
And it's like my favorite video on TikTok, which I know I've told you about 100 times. A fucking dude, he's like, this guy, he's got like a poncho, a fucking big like sombrero, and like the fake mustache on. And he's going around like this college town. He's talking to these people. He's like, "You think my outfit's offensive?" And everybody's going like, "Yeah, it's offensive. It's not your culture." Blah 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 blah. This and that. And then like they're all pissed off about it, all saying cultural appropriation, yada yada yada. Then he goes to like the Mexican side of town, where all the people were like, straight from Mexico. He's asking them all like, "How do you like my outfit?" And they're all saying, "Oh, you look good. You look really nice. Like that looks great." And everybody likes it there. It's just like a classic example of stupid fucking young people who are like being offended for other people when they shouldn't have like a fucking opinion on it. Just like, dude, why are you getting offended for someone else and their culture? Fuck off. I hate that shit.
I'm gonna get a tattoo in Japan that says like
I have a small penis.
You know what? That's probably a better idea than what I was going to come up on the spot with. I do have a really neat idea that I want to do, but then like...
Do you actually want to get a tattoo in Japan?
I do.
Yeah.
Because like I do get like getting tattoos, and I'd like to be like, that one's from Japan.
Do you think you actually will?
I did find a bunch of like foreigner-friendly walk-in accepted tattoo parlors, but
I was gonna say, because I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm sure you've heard it from other people, and you would be smart about it. But like, you always hear the story of the people who got like some saying tattooed on them that they thought meant this, but it means something else.
oh yeah, I'm not getting a fucking Japanese kanji on my body.
You actually want to get like something different, like something artistic.
Yeah, because like I actually, I looked it up and was like, that's a really neat idea. I want to try doing that.
Also, don't bring weed to Japan.
I fucking just because of that, I'm gonna fucking do it. Konnichiwa, dirtbag. Where the fuck is the photo is somewhere. Ah, here it is. So I wanted to do something similar to like this, but like instead of it being like this, it would be.
Describe it a little.
It's like the mask of a samurai or like a demon.
But
right?
on your hand.
Yeah, but instead of doing like this, I would do this, and then this
I get
the
you.
image would be right there.
So basically, you'd have the samurai mask on the palm of your hand, and you'd be holding it up to your mouth,
And it would
so
make
that,
it
so that
look
it looks
like
like the
the
mask
samurai
is on your face.
Yeah, and
I
like,
just want to get that for the benefit of the listeners.
Yeah.
oh, I was like, yeah, you'll see it in the
we-
YouTube
yeah, we
video.
see it.
Yeah. But people on Spotify won't.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, and
On YouTube, if you want, you can put up an image of it. Obviously.
yeah. So I want to get that. The only thing that's stopping me is the fact of one, that's a very sensitive area, and two, I work in a very corporate like setting.
Yeah.
Don't know if I should get a hand tattoo quite yet.
Yeah, that's a dangerous area.
Now, if I was a director and was like, there's nowhere but staying where I'm at, I'll just get the hand tattoo. My resume speaks for itself.
You ever see that picture of the guy who got the tattoo of like Danzig or whatever on his arm? It makes it look like Danzig's reaching out, like the guy's actual hand is like Danzig's hand.
Oh yeah, I've seen like for Luffy and Goku.
See,
and
I see that, and,
Naruto.
I'm sure it was in the comment thing. But all I can imagine is like, oh, dude, so it's gonna be like Danzig's jerking you off every time.
I'm the king of the pirates.
I love that video of that security guard knocking out Danzig. That's
I don't even know who Danzig is.
He's a dope. He's like the lead singer of fucking the Misfits and some other band. He's a 80s rock singer, and he's a pussy. He's
For lack of better word.
one of those guys who like tries to act tough, but he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, if you really want that hand tattoo, you could always go along and start bringing back the style of the fingerless gloves at work.
Or just
Ooh.
or just wear full like baseball gloves all the time. Not
I'd imagine
not like
his
catcher's
fingers
gloves, like
were
batting
swelling
gloves.
at some point.
Yeah.
Just wearing like catcher's baseball gloves all the time. Hey, trying to grip shit.
I have some ideas I want to bounce around. Don't worry, I'll catch them.
Oh, you just use the little hands.
Oh, the fucking tiny hands.
That'd be fucking great.
I'm like trying to type, but the tiny hands are just like. Excuse me,
Creating more problems for yourself than you need.
holding on to like a coffee, tiny hand holding the phone. Yep, you're not interrupting me.
That's good shit.
Yeah, so I definitely want to get a tattoo. We'll see. It's alright. It's either I'm going to get a tattoo in Japan, or I'm going to buy a Japanese cologne.
Ooh, there you go.
You sound more likely to buy the cologne.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling that's what
more
you'll end
than
up doing, since that's your hobby.
that. Are you gonna
Yeah.
be able to like fly with that though? Don't they have like a strict like liquids thing for when flying?
For carry-on only.
Okay.
I've put plenty of cologne in my like suitcase luggage.
Okay.
But if I'm carrying it on my like carry-on luggage, it has to be under 3.4 ounces.
Or they smash it on the ground right in front of you.
There was one time I brought like 4.2 or 150 milliliters on my carry-on,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Is this 3.4 ounces?" And I was like, "Yes." And then like they put it in my bag, or they were like they let it go, and then I was like pulled out the cologne, showed at the bottom where it clearly says 4.8 ounces, and was like, "Fucking idiots!" Puts it right back in my bag.
Batman beat the shit out of you. Yeah. So to end the podcast, actually, I was thinking I wanted to do this in the Halloween episode, but I completely forgot.
Okay.
I know I originally told the story on another podcast, but it's on one of our ones we didn't put out because we had issues. The story from like my old house, that really creepy story of the guy.
Oh, the demon.
not that. But
He ran into your yard.
I figured with Jason being here, and Jason hasn't heard the story.
Yes.
It'd be a good way for me to tell it. So this was a wild story that happened years ago, back when I was living in my old apartment over on over downtown West. I was right around the corner from like where Gage lives. So anyway, we were doing a D&D or game night or whatever one night, and it was a late session. We went to like 1:30 in the morning. I remember Gage brought me home. I was gonna walk home, but he was like, "I'll drive you home." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So he drives me home, and the way my apartment was in this, it's like you go up one street, and then that street there that's going the other way vertically is my street, and my house is directly in front of you at the end of the other street going horizontally. So he stops right in front. I get out, give him my goodbyes or whatever. As he pulls away, I look down one end of that street, and I just see under a street light, like maybe like 6 houses away, this dude just standing there. But he's like completely like hunched over, like bent over, like as if like he's looking at like something on the ground. But he's like, I can tell that there's something wrong with him because he's just staying like that. So that's weird. So I go across the street to my apartment, and I go inside, and I'm up on the second floor at this time. So I'm saying to myself, I want to check outside my window and see this guy, because I know he's going that way to go past my house and down the street. So I want to see like this guy walking, see if he like falls or see something funny or whatever. And instinctively, almost every time I would always go to my apartment, I'd turn my lights on right away. For whatever reason, this time I didn't, and I'm very glad I didn't, because what I did was I went inside, shut the door, went right to my living room to look out the window. As soon as I got to the window and was looking outside, still completely dark in my apartment because I had to turn my lights on, that dude is standing directly in the middle of the road, completely up now, looking straight up. It looks like right at my apartment, like right through my window. And
Into his soul.
Yeah, dude, it scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? So I like ducked down real quick. I was like, that dude had to like move a little quicker than I thought he was going to. And the fact that he's like in the middle of the street, like under the street, like just looking right up at my fucking apartment, right at that exact time, it scared the fucking shit out of me, dude. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So I remember just sitting to my side for a couple minutes. I'm like, if I go to my room right next over and I look out that window, I can still kind of see him, but he may not be looking that way. And so I ducked down, like crawled over that way. I looked over, and thankfully, like I looked at it this time, he was just walking down the street again. And he was just like, hobbling, like walking. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, again, this was like 1:30 in the morning.
Right.
And dude was completely hunched over in the street. It took me like 2 minutes, like not even like a minute to like get up to my apartment. And in that time, he managed to come all that way, be in the street, and be straight up looking. It really felt like he was looking directly at my fucking window, like at me.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say at 3 a.m. You go in your bathroom and you say "crazy hobo" 3 times into a mirror, and you turn the light on, and he's in your bathtub.
Well, he was an hour and a half early.
He's like, I know he's gonna say it.
more than likely, like my brother even said the same thing. The dude was probably like on fucking heroin or something like that. Like knowing our area, he's probably just some fucking junkie all fucked up. Probably like saw me walking across the street. Probably just acknowledged the fact that like the house that I went into. He probably just saw us in front of that for whatever reason, because it was something he was seeing in this fucked up vision. But it scared the fucking piss out of me, dude. Because
yeah, that's how
perfect.
horror movies start.
Yeah.
If I had shut on my window, turned on my light when I got in the apartment, he probably could have looked up and seen right at me, fucking right there. Like, just for whatever reason that night, I just didn't turn on my light right away when I went in, which I do like almost every time I get home. Mm-hmm. It's fucked up.
No.
And that's actually a great thing for fucking women who live in apartments probably to know too. Like if a girl ever feels like she's being followed, like they should probably not turn on the light right away when they get home, because that'd be a real easy giveaway for some creep who might have been following her.
Hell yeah.
Protecting all you ladies out there.
Do you have any spooky stories you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Spooky stories?
Yes.
Well, sure. It's not necessarily my spooky story, but I was there. But,
I looked up at
Back
that
in-
weirdo in his apartment.
You know what's funny? I was actually just thinking about this one time I was in the Dudley area at like 1:30 in the morning because I was locked out of my house and I was trying to get into see if one of my friends was awake in the Dudley area. They live like deep into Dudley, like fucking far.
Yeah.
So I walked down there and obviously, you know, told them they weren't awake. But I was locked out of my house, so I thought I'd just, you know, take my chances. It was the only other place I had to go. I ended up just going home and sitting in front of my door until I eventually was let back in. But anyway, to the spooky part of a different story is that I used to, when I was younger, sleep over at my friend's house a lot, and I was over at my friend Joe's house, and Joe, actually bringing it up now, swears that his house was haunted, and I kind of understand because I stayed there, and one night I woke up in the middle of the night, I had to go to the bathroom, but Joe's old house was constantly making noise, like various unexplainable noise, not just like pipes creaking, but
Yeah.
like wood floors squeaking when nobody's around, or like voices talking when nobody's there.
Oof.
But yeah, so going to the bathroom in the middle of the night at his house was very spooky.
Huh.
He'd probably have more to say about it because he could swear that house was haunted.
That's it.
That is pretty spooky right there.
That would make me keep a piss jug in my room at night just so I can flee the room.
Well, vaguely creepy. I haven't had any experiences, but apparently my roommate and her boyfriend could swear that something lives in our house. I've never seen or heard it, but I came home a few days ago and they had saged the house, and now there's fucking runes above all of the doorways, including mine. I wasn't around for this, I just came home and witnessed it, so I was just like, alright. And I vaguely thought to myself, what if I put one more rune on there and it messes things up in a really bad way?
Oh, that's funny.
Or what if I accidentally cross out part of one rune?
All I can think of is like when you're walking to the bathroom and you hear voices. It's just like I hear spooky voices and you just hear, "Oh yeah."
Not that one.
5 easy payments of $9.99.
Free real estate. Oh Jesus Christ.
I'm haunted by salesmen. Well, ever since we heard the story of our freaking apartment apparently it used to be a bordello back in the day.
Oh.
We keep hoping that we'll have like prostitute ghosts.
No, we just have a goblin that's in my closet that apparently every time I turn the heat on, he likes to bang around.
I know, dude. It's fucking wild, the heat in this apartment. You turn it on, and it's like, it literally sounds like, with the way the pipes go, like someone's just fucking slamming it
Yeah,
with a fucking...
I've heard such a thing before.
Yeah.
It was like really old furnaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and
And I was like, shut up!
you turn on the heat, it's just like, it's like setting off a stick to jab a little goblin.
The only spooky story, and I can go into it more another time, is that the girl Cody, which is our friend Cody in a wig, when I dated her, she lived in the most inopportune area in the house in New Bedford, which was 666 Church Street. Oh boy, the things I saw there.
I was gonna say, there's no way that wasn't haunted.
I was looking for houses to buy and saw that was the address. I immediately just be like, nope. Not taking the chance.
I'm not even that superstitious, but I wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am a very skeptic, but I don't push my luck.
No, I actually did see some crazy fucking shit happen there once, so I was like, Cody, I hate to say this, but it's haunted. I have to break up with you.
I witnessed a ghost gangbang in the living room.
Yeah. And I was the main course.
The sexorcist.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, if we're fucking haunted by like kinky fucking prostitute ghosts, dude, that would be fucking cool. Just like waking up to them like feather tickling my nipples, putting bondage shit on. Wait, I'm not the catcher.
Kevin's caught me talking to myself I'd hear it before, being like, "Girl, if you weren't just a fucking ghost haunting this place, I'll have your babies."
You've heard me talking in my fucking sleep.
I don't know if you know. In one of the episodes, I was telling them that one time I woke up at like 2 in the morning or whatever to use the bathroom. And Kevin sometimes talks in his sleep. So as I'm in the bathroom, I hear him snoring. He goes, "I'm gonna get you." And I'm like wiping myself as fast as I possibly can. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, other people have stories of me because I also used to be a frequent sleep talker, and apparently this one time, I have this thing where if I sleep talk, I'll occasionally also appear awake at the same time. Like I will act or speak in a way that implies that I have consciousness.
Oh, okay.
And an example of this is this one that I remember clearly is that my ex, we were sleeping next to each other, obviously, and apparently, like, they hadn't fallen asleep yet, but I was mumbling in my sleep, and like they asked if I was alright, and so apparently I sat straight up and looked them in the eyes, and I just said, "And the world shook," and I went right back to sleep.
Oh.
I heard this horrifying story on TikTok one night of this guy talking about a girl like spoke in her sleep. Like it's the last story I'm gonna tell. I'm getting in the podcast after this, but
All right.
fucking this dude was telling a story about like how he was dating this girl for a while, and he'd been dating her for a bit, and they got real close and everything like that, but they never like spent the night together or anything like that. And like it would come close, like she'd be like staying over at his place, but then she'd have to go back, or like he'd be at her place and she'd send him away and whatnot. He's just like, "Why don't you want to spend the night or anything like that?" And she said, like, she finally says, like, apparently, like I talk in my sleep, but I say really weird things and whatnot. He's like, "Can't be that weird." She's like, I don't know, like, from what I've heard, he finally convinces her to basically just, like, okay, let him sleep at her place for the night. She's like, if anything happens, if anything, like, if you can't handle something, feel free to leave. I'll understand if you're not here in the morning. She's like, all right, fine. They go to sleep. He says, like, they're fine for a while. He's like, but he's trying to, like, stay up a little bit because he kind of wants to see what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Finally, he says, I think he says he's about to fall asleep. All of a sudden, she, like, sits up randomly, and she looks at him. And she's, like, fully eyes wide. Like, he thinks she might be awake, but all of a sudden, she's just, like, she says something along the lines, like, "I'm gonna eat all the meat off of your bones."
Oh, my God.
And, like, it's really creepy like that. And I think she maybe said something else or whatever, but, like, he said he got so uncomfortable with it, he got up and went to the living room. Like, she laid back down, and like he just went to the living room, and he said he was up the whole night because he kept hearing her in the room saying, like, "Come back in here, oh, please come in here," like really creepy ways, like,
yeah,
trying to like lure him in there and whatnot. I was like, that's fucked.
Yep.
That is fucked.
Yeah. It's like, that sounds like a fucking like demon possessing her.
I would love it if someone was like, I say creepy things in my sleep, and I'm just like, it can't be that bad, and I smell like beef. Okay.
Coke and
Hot pockets.
Coke and Pepsi are the same thing.
Whoa, get the... Alright, this relationship is over.
Jet fuel can't melt silver. And on that note,
it's time to wrap up the podcast. Jason, thank you so much for coming around.
Yeah, no
it was
problem.
a joy having you on. Thank you very much.
We'd love to have you here another time.
Sure, that's fun.
Absolutely.
So join us next time as I tell the story about how my mother punished me in her sleep.
I want to hear that story.
Oh yeah, well you gotta tune in next time to hear it.
All right, we'll catch y'all next time. Have a good time. And
On
we'll
the
see you on the
Ramen Podcast.
Ramen.
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 Yeah.
Peace out.
All right. I haven't hit the stop button yet.
Edit it out.